Hey there, home dogs. I mean, fellow readers. Today I have another awesome freebie to share with you, and you're going to be really interested in this one because this is a full, free, downloadable PDF ebook file. Essentially, it's an ebook, okay? And it's over 75 pages, and what is it? A guide to all things Bookstagram and BookTok. Yeah. So this is like the ultimate guide if you're either a beginner to the Bookstagram, BookTok, anything bookish on social media. It doesn't even have to be Instagram or BookTok. It could be another social media site. Those are just the two big ones that I know of. Whether you're completely new to these types of, the bookish community on like these social media sites, or if you've like been in the game for quite a while and you just kind of want to like just refresh your social media a little bit maybe, or see if there's any like tips that you didn't already know, then this is a great guide for you. This is a 75 plus page ebook that you can download and follow along with, or I'm going to at least show you a follow along here on my computer here in a second. But this guide is like great. It's going to help you, like if you've never done like book giveaways before, I teach you kind of some tips and tricks on how to go about doing that. Some of like the best practices for like posting for whichever both Bookstagram and BookTok social media sites. And then of course the big one of how do I actually gain a following on these social media sites? And I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is a lot simpler than you think, but the link to download this entire book is going to be placed in the box below, and I'm going to take you through how to download it right now. So if you click that link in the box below, you're going to get a web page pulled up that looks just like this on my website, carrieLynnM.com. And I'm going to scroll down and show you, this is the full blog post for this guide, the ultimate free guide to Bookstagram and BookTok. So I'm going to scroll down. So some of the key points, I just want to point this out before I actually do download it and take you through it a little bit. Some of the key points in the guide, I try to answer, I kind of did my own research when I was making this guide, and also just some tips that I know that I like to follow on my own Bookstagram, BookTok, social media channels. And I tried to kind of answer like some of the big questions that I know either I had as a beginner on these social media sites, or that I know other people might or probably do have. So we take you through in the guide exactly how to create, a Bookstagram account, a BookTok account, some of the best practices for building your profile, some tips for taking photos and videos, how often you should maybe post on these websites, and of course, the number one big one that I think I hear a lot of is how to actually gain a following on either of these social media sites. So let's go on ahead, and I'm going to download the guide and take you through it real quickly. So like I said, this is 75 plus pages, so it may take a moment to download, especially if you're on a rural internet service like me, but here we go. All right, your ultimate free guide to Bookstagram and BookTok. All right. So here, the first page is the thank you page. And I also, just before we get into the actual book, I just want to go over a real quick section of this real quickly. Because this is a totally free, you guys can download, you can print this, you can download it as many times as you like, print it as many times as you like. So since this is a full book though, one way that you can actually show your thank you back, one way that you can show support for me as an indie author is by reading some of my other fiction books. So one way you can do this is actually with I have a free ebook and audiobook combo of one of my own indie published books that you can also download totally free. Just because reading my books is like a way that I think of as like saying thank you back to me. It really does help me out a lot, and it really makes me feel supported and validated as an author. So if you go to this link right here, you'll be able to sign up for the ebook audiobook combo that I offer. All you'll need to do is just enter in your email address and like a name or a nickname. It doesn't really matter. And then that's just a great way to support me back. So if you do that, I would very much be thank you. Like, thank you so much. But without further ado, let's actually go into the book. I'm not going to go through the whole book. You can, of course, obviously download this and check the whole thing out yourself. But I'm just going to go through a couple of pages and stuff just to get you like a taste of what all we've got going on in here. So there's a full interactive table of contents that's going to take you to wherever you need to jump to in the book. You can also download, like I've got here in the corner, I've got a download button and a print button. If you want to print, I wouldn't recommend printing the whole thing because it's 78 pages, so that's a lot of printing to do. But if there's like one page that you want to print and like save for like, I don't know, like future reference or something, as long as you're printing for like personal use, that's totally fine. So like on this page, we've got how to actually start your BookTok account. I take you exactly step by step through everything that you need to know and do just to kind of complete your profile, get everything all set up, posting, all of that. And actually, I'm going to go back up to the top, see if I can find, all right, some tips for taking photos and stuff, this and all that, right? So I take you through a lot. Well, there's a lot of tips in here, you guys. That's why you really just got to sit down and kind of read through it for yourself. But since the table of contents is, if I go back up here, since it is hyperlinked, you can kind of just go to things you might have questions about or things you want to learn more about. You don't have to read all 75 pages. Even though we are all readers, I know that may not sound like a lot to some of you, but if you don't want to take the time to read all 75 pages, you don't have to. So you can always just come up here and just kind of click through and just go to quick jump to each, page, which section you actually want to read about, because say you're already on Bookstagram, you don't really need to know about how to start and open up a Bookstagram account. You can just skip down to like, how often should I post and stuff, posting questions and answers, like all of that stuff. And then, of course, the number one question we always, or at least I hear a lot of, is how the heck do I actually gain followers on any of these social media sites? And I'm going to tell you that right now. You can, of course, download the guide to read more about this, but I just want to tell you right now, the number one rule and tip that I have, that I go by at least, other people might say differently and that's fine, but for me, I always find that I gain followers and a following a lot faster when I follow and engage with other accounts, with other people on social media. No matter what social media it is, this is especially true for Bookstagram, Instagram in general. It doesn't even have to be like Booksta. It doesn't have to be Bookstagram, but Instagram in general, I have found in the past that I connect with other people so much faster and so much easier when I just reach out to those other people. It's not the best, at least I don't think it's not the best practice to just sit back and just absolutely not follow anybody else on Instagram and just post and just say, okay, the followers will come to me. I personally don't like doing that. Not just for one, because it doesn't work, but also because, like, social media, you guys, it's there to be social. It's there for us to connect with each other. And I think that's a really big, like, you might have to make that a bit of a mindset shift for yourself if that's the way you've been looking at things. But personally, I think it's best when you not only follow other people, but you also engage with your followers and people that you follow. And I think social media, especially nowadays, it's kind of rewarding that behavior. I don't know if there's something like secret in the algorithms, but I just find that it's a lot easier for me to gain more of a following and more connections when I connect and follow other people. So aside from that, this is the whole book. And of course, I just highly recommend that you just download the book for yourself and check out any of these sections and just check out what all you'd like to know. So, of course, be sure to be on the lookout and follow me, right? Follow me if you want more content like this, especially our freebie things. And I would also love to connect and hear from you, fellow readers. So, until next time, I wish you all happy reading and happy posting. Later, my home dogs.